course, the crazy conspiracy nut in me says that ZeRo4 wants more than 3 maps. I'm sure that's what ZeRo4 will say at the end of everything. But 4 frags is no slouch. That's no easy recovery, no matter who you are. Ziel's really playing this thing nicely, but ZeRo4, again, he needs to be... I'm sure he has a rail at this point. There we go. See what he's rocking here. Again, there's not going to be any real items up on the board for a while, so he just needs to trap, just needs to damage, just needs to hurt. And waiting down in yellow armor, that's a little uncharacteristic of him. Good rocket pops, though, but walking right into that last one, that's going to be making it 12-7. And we might be seeing 4 maps after all. Holy shit. Only a minute and 30 seconds left, and there's a full 5 frags between them. Make that 6. And Ziel, as time goes on, and as he gets less and less aggression from ZeRo4, he's able to trap ZeRo4 at more items before they show up, and he's able to maintain a better stack. Oh, here comes the pole dance, but that'll be leaving Ziel with 68 health. ZeRo4 really, okay, he was able to take up his own railgun. Bit of a mistake by Ziel not to deny that from his opponent. That was a free hit from ZeRo4. But there's the final minute, and I can't remember the last time I've seen, well, 9 frags in 1 minute, even if it is ZeRo4. So many things gone wrong. So it looks like we're going to be seeing a 4th map after all, which I'm sure none of you mind. I know I don't. Yikes. I really wasn't expecting to see Ziel take down ZeRo4 on, well, on Aerowalk of all places. Go figure. But yeah, this is just garbage time here. But it does mean that the grand final won't be quite the write-off that I'm sure many people are expecting it to be. 2 health frag. So there it is, guys. But again, don't go anywhere, because if you think it's over, you are so wrong. We've got a 4th map coming here. I have no idea what it is, but we're going to be finding out very shortly here on CSN TV with the Anima Gaming Series Spring Series Duel Cup number 5. In fact, I better flash up my fancy dancy wallpaper one more time, just because I'm a whore like that. All right, guys, here we go. 5 seconds to the start of the 4th map between Ziel and ZeRo4. This time around, going to be watching Ziel get started on red armor. Not an early pickup of railgun, but that should allow ZeRo4 to get the first lightning gun. But again, denying yourself that railgun does allow you to at least aggress on the lightning gun as it's being picked up. It's one of the first spawn choices you have to make with that LG being in such a tight corner. But ZeRo4 took no damage from there. The sentiment was nice from Ziel, but the payoff wasn't quite there. That will allow ZeRo4 to grab the 2nd red armor, putting him on the superior stack, well, at least until Ziel got a freebie rail off. It really looked like ZeRo4 wasn't even expecting Ziel to be anywhere near there. So 1 more second to Mega. Both these guys have taken a ton of damage. ZeRo4 barely surviving that last railgun, leaving Ziel with only 12 health. Is 50 health going to be available? No. Make that 2 health. But hey, even if he dies, he's stolen away red armor, and he's gotten off another rail, which means that he should be able to go fairly aggressive. And look at this, he's looking for ZeRo4 coming out of the corner. But ZeRo4 is turning that tactic right back on its ass, and Ziel nearly got ambushed himself. I'm always happy when I start to see sound fakes coming out of these guys. Because, let's be honest, you don't see fake outs as far as sound cues go in Quake Live as much as you do the other Quakes. It's just a fact of the game. But Ziel is not taking ZeRo4 for granted at all. It's been almost a minute since they've really had a major fight, but the major fight is going to happen here at Red Armor. Ziel is going to be pushed out of the room, but he's okay with that since he got a ton of shaft off and a single rail. That should give him a lot to fight with when it comes to Mega. But he's got to get up there first. He's got to, you know, go through that. Okay, he waited for ZeRo4 to commit, but ZeRo4 also committed to his shaft. All-time shaft. And, yeah, Ziel having his timing knocked off just that much is really going to cost him. That's going to be 3-0 ZeRo4's favor. And a very nice aggressive bout on the yellow armor as well. ZeRo4 definitely pulled away from that fight exactly when it needed to, and he really didn't leave Ziel an easy exit. It really seemed as if in Arrow Walk, ZeRo4 was kind of, you know, showing some mental fade. I'm wondering if that herp-a-derp up the steps from Ziel was a sign of the same thing. That's all right. If they want to Tweedledum and Tweedledee it, I'm okay with that. 3 minutes off the clock. Ziel really just, you know, poking into every corner of the map to see what he can get away with. But when you lose sight of where your opponent is, of where ZeRo4 is, it makes it really difficult to attack the items, let alone be on the items when they spawn. But I like this from Ziel. Waiting behind the pillar for just a second. Eating a rail, however, and so a lot of his hard-earned yellow armor stack is going to be fading away. And the pole dance might be leaving Ziel on the ground, lifeless. 2 seconds to red armor, and that is going to allow Ziel to get a freebie off the spawn. Once again, going silent. Really trying to throw off ZeRo4's perception of where he is, which is kind of a game that you get forced into once your opponent starts doing the same thing. Question is, once you take that bet, who's better at it? So far, I mean, ZeRo4 has been able to get a lot more ambush damage off. Good defensive rocket from Ziel and good amount of LG, but this red armor is still far from, covered. And I do like that little juke out by Ziel. ZeRo4's rail going wide at that point. Not a good time to run out of shaft, though. Because right now, ZeRo4, even with a 150 and 50, is as close to being on the run as Ziel's had him for a while. But hey, here in the corridor, stacks are going to matter almost nothing as the hug rockets come out. Oop, okay, I got to take that back, actually. 9 health for Ziel. This is one of those, should I struggle to get back up on health, or should I just die and respawn next to an item? Well, items won't be coming up for a bit of time. And Ziel not having a railgun really is going to be having an issue with doing long-range damage. But we're just about at the halfway point, and it's only 5-0. But this has been a relatively Pop Rocks kind of game. At first, nothing, but then blam blam. It's a horrible analogy. I'm ashamed of myself. But really, I mean, there have been explosive moments here, but it's largely been very, very quiet. Ziel not having the stack, though, he's quietly avoiding, while ZeRo4 is quietly taking everything. But this is good. Red armor, mega health coming up at the same time. Ziel should have enough timing knowledge to be able to determine where to go. And it's going to be a trade? Yeah, a trade. A bit of a late grab there for ZeRo4. That could actually end up being a problem for Ziel on the other side of the map. But it's a trade that helps out Ziel quite a bit. The only issue is that moving from this side of the map to the rest of the map at large is going to be a bit of a challenge. He needs to time that carefully. And again, the latency is coming from the game itself, not my broadcast or the stream or anything like that, because I'm actually seeing it in the game. That's a place Ziel can recover from, okay. But without doing any real damage, he doesn't give ZeRo4 any reason not to just go all out against him. ZeRo4 is actually fairly weak here. 68 health, quite a bit of armor. but Ziel is weaker and not quite getting in the consistent damage. So 6-0, another minute, another frag, another hill for Ziel to climb. And it's been so long since we've seen what Ziel's doing right now. It's been a long time since we've seen just flat out, no subtlety, no hiding, just flat out rockets on the Mega. Sounds kind of catchy, rockets on the Mega. Sounds like some shitty lounge music. But the damage wasn't consistent enough to, again, make ZeRo4 break stride. ZeRo4 has been playing this thing exactly the same way for the past 5 minutes. And Ziel has been able to do very little to force ZeRo4 to respond to him. I mean, it's very much been run around, grab items. Oh, there you are. You want to make a fight happen? Okay, cool. And that can work if, you know, Ziel can respawn right on heavy items, but even in those circumstances, his damage output just hasn't been there. In fact, now that I can, let's take a look. Yeah, damage is about 500 points apart. And as far as item pickups go, yeah, ZeRo4 has had the lead on yellows. They're almost even on red armors, but the Mega Health has been the real issue. And it's an even bigger issue when you remember that Ziel has not only not been picking up Mega Healths, but he's also not been damaging on them very much. Oh, ouch. Yeah, and Ziel is really, really determined to get some of these frags off, but now would be the worst time to break off that aggression. ZeRo4 being top of the map, though, it's going to be really difficult to push that. And I think Ziel felt that frustration right there. So 2 minutes left, 11-0, and it looks like the fourth map might be a shutout in ZeRo4's favor. We might be looking for a party favor frag from Ziel, however. We might just be able to get lucky. But I think at this point, Ziel is a little bit out of steam. Both of them 30. Oh, wow. Mega Health grabbed, Mega Health gone. Jesus. And at times, Ziel does decide to go all-out aggressive right off the spawn, but he never follows it through into the next spawn after taking that initial